Hello everyone, here we are again. Sort of to recap, we've done two videos already. One was coming from 400 to 1400, then 1400 to 1500, and now we're about to go from 1500 to 1600. Remember, we're only using Fianchetto opening, so these are opening systems that are easy to learn but still very effective, and they all include the Fianchetto. So we've been using the Pirc with the black pieces, uh, the Vienna game with the Fianchetto. We also included the bird, and today I wanted to also bring into our repertoire the Collie system or Zuckertort. So you're going to see what it is, but this is basically the openings that we will be using. So I'm going to hit start, and we're gonna have our first player. We are 1503 now. I'm gonna try to get to 1603. So we're gonna start with the Vienna, and we just do the Fianchetto. Now, this is not the Vienna game because they did the Sicilian, so this is more like a closed Sicilian. But as you should know by now, I'm going to do my same setup regardless of what they do. Sometimes we have to deviate a little, but I'm going to keep my Fianchetto, my knight on c3, knight on e2, pawn on d3, and then once we walk into the middle game, we're going to walk in with a plan, with the following plan, which is h3 and then f4. So I'm going to do f4, and let's see what he's going to do. Okay, so now I know he's not castling to the queen side, so no need to panic. Let me put my king on h2, it just makes me feel safer. And I want to do f5, but, well, let me do it. Let me do it, because I would hesitate a little if he was castled on the other side, but he's not. So now we open this file, so he better castles quickly. Let's see. All right, so he's moving the knight. If I take, he takes, and then this file becomes semi-open, so he's gonna hit c2. So that's not an option right now. Let me just go bishop e3. All right, so he got a free pawn right there, but I think he made a little mistake. Well, let's see if we get compensation for that pawn. Let's go bishop g5. In my opinion, he's just taking too long to castle. He's going to pay the price now. All right, so he's okay with that. We eliminated the knight, and d5 becomes available to us. Now there's so many things happening now. His king in the center is going to be the biggest problem he has. So what should I do? Should I take on f6? Then pawn takes, forget about castling. If he takes with the queen, I have g4. Oh, but then he has queen e5. Okay, if he castle, what can I do? Okay, now I think I know what I have to do. G4. He has bishop e5 again. I move down, knight g3. No. So you see, this king here is giving me a hard time. Okay, maybe we just go knight c3. He castles. Knight f6. Queen takes. Knight e4. Or knight e5. Knight e5. Yep, I found a tactic. I think I have a tactic. So I'm thinking if he castles now, I take on f6. He's gonna take with the queen. Then knight d5. And I could always be hitting e7. Let's see. For all I know, I got enough activity from my pieces thanks to that pawn that he took. All right, so he's not gonna castle anytime soon, so I think it's time to put him in check. All right, he honed the piece. You see, king in the center. This is what happens. Now he's castling, but it's too late, my friend. That's too late. Well, let's keep it simple and go back to safety. Yeah, let me go back. Now we're up a piece. You should know by now my philosophy. If I'm winning, I either attack or I just simplify the game. Or I attack because I have an extra piece, so an extra attacker, or I simplify the game to go into a very easy endgame. So, okay, he's putting pressure. Let's attack the queen and protect g3. He needs to be very careful. Yeah, he was not careful enough. That was a fork. It's a family fork, actually. And yeah, he gave up. So that brought us to 15-11. Okay, next game. Okay, let's do the bird. And then after, next time we play with the white pieces, we'll be playing the Zucker Tort or the Collie system. So the bird also is always the same thing. We're going to put our knight on f3, then the Fianchetto on the queen side, bishop b5. Remember the bishop, I like to put it on b5 when I'm pinning the knight. But if the knight wasn't there, I would just put the bishop on e2. Okay, we castle. And this knight, you should know by now, he wants to go to d2, f3, and help out. Okay. Okay, he took. I don't want to close the diagonal, so let me just take with the bishop. And then we go back to safety. Okay. Now let's continue with the plan. The queen in the end, in the middle game, typically goes e1 and then h4. All right, he managed to close, to close my bishop's diagonal, but let's see. All right, let's bring the queen over to the king side. This rook is gonna come over to e1. All right, so I'm just going to gain more space on the king side. Now, it's customary to just bring the rook up and then rook roll over. Let's see what's going to happen. All right, so maybe it's time to do that. It looks like I want to go to c4. It's a weak square, but more importantly, I want to bring my rook up. Yeah, you see he's taking care of c4, but he missed the point. And guys, remember, but the whole point is that these systems, they're just easy to learn. You don't have to memorize so many lines. All right, I think we made a mistake here. Yeah, he blundered. He didn't see the en passant. Let me make sure that I don't get in trouble. Okay, if I take with the rook, king g7, rook protects, rook goes down. Oh, I could do check. Yeah, no, that's not gonna be a problem. So I'm a little bit concerned with this pin, but if king g7, rook f1, you see? And then now I'm threatening to do rook g6 to take the queen. Yeah, he missed it. Exactly as calculated. So the discover attack was on his queen, actually. Okay. Now I'm hitting c7, I'm hitting e5, my knight is going to come over to help. My bishop could go through here. Nope, he doesn't want to see that. New 3 minutes. All right, black pieces, we're going to have our first game with the Pirc or the King's Indian defense. I'm going to do d6, knight f6. Okay, I'm pre-moving because there's no risk. Castle. And just like this, we have our setup. Knight c6. Ooh, he castled to the other side. He castled to the other side. We need to go after that king right away. Opening up lines for our pieces. All right, so that pawn is already set to help us with the attack. Now, let's bring more pieces. Now, this is not like... let me see. Oh, no, it doesn't work. Oh, wait. So this is not how we typically play the Pirc, because they typically castle to the same side. But whenever there's opposite side castling, we need to attack that king. Okay, I'm calculating knight takes, pawn takes, knight takes. And if the knight wasn't here, that's great. I'll be attacking the bishop, but the knight's there. But I'm more interested in a2. Do I have anything? Do I have anything? If queen d2? Nah, I don't have anything yet. Maybe we just go bishop e6. See, we typically do e5. I'm not doing any of that now. I'm focused on attacking that king. All of my pieces aiming to the king. Hey, why is this? Okay, aiming to the king's castle. All right, does it work now? Knight takes, pawn takes, knight takes. Let's do it. That king is going to be completely exposed. No, he didn't take back. He's He's trusting us. Okay, I think now if he takes with the queen, the knight is going to be pinned. We're going to put pressure on it. If he goes c4, he wants c4. We're going to do check, removing the defender of the bishop, and we get that bishop. So all of a sudden we're up by 2 pawns, and one of them is about to get to the end. Okay, he doesn't want me to leave. He really likes me there. All right, let's open more lines. This pawn is pinned. In between move, hitting the queen. Okay, man, okay, so I see what you're trying to do. Right, let me just go here. All right, so I'm ready to go to b2 checkmate. All right, so how do we deal with this? Check, check, check. Oh, I really don't want to trade queens. Again, if I'm winning, I'm happy to simplify the game, but this king is too exposed, and my queen is going to make everything so much easier. Now, this other rook is coming in. All of my major pieces are participating. Look at his king, look at my king. Yeah, okay, so he moved away. Okay, now I have rook b2 check, he goes up, he could go down as well. And then we have check. Yeah, it's done. Check, if he goes c3, ooh, there's a discover check, so wait, let's make sure that this works. Let's do this check. He's forced to block with the queen, and now we do the discover check, but let's see how we do it. How do we do it? Okay, do we take the bishop or do we go to b4? Or b1? Take the bishop, he takes my bishop. Let's go for the queen. So check. He's gonna take my bishop. Now I get the queen. Alright, again, bishop is pinned and we're gonna take it no matter what. Turns out these pins are being really annoying. Oh, let's not do check. Oh, yeah, no, let's not do check. Okay, so check, and then we get the rook. Yep. Now I think I have enough time to put him in checkmate, guys. I'm still getting all of his pawns because if I run out of time, it's going to be a draw. So that's a good thing to remember. Maybe I don't have to. Well, I will. So I'm pre-moving all the way. I have only 12 seconds left, but this should be enough to do the checkmate. Always making sure that it's not going to be stalemate. All right, that's checkmate, and we got to 15:26. So new 3 minutes, and another perk. So they're giving me black pieces again. See, I almost pre-moved there. All right, so this pawn is here for a reason, which is to take. Now I castle. Now, notice that these players in the 1500s, they're not letting me play the Pirc the way I typically play. They break on a5, they're doing all of these deviations, and the truth is that they're not good. Like breaking on a5 so early, it's only going to get them behind in development. Right, my knight is happy here, attacking the queen, attacking c2. He knows it. So now I don't like this bishop. Should I take? Nah. Pawn c6, keeping this knight away. All right, so now we have, ooh, it doesn't work. Well, it does work. So discovered attack. If the knight is the one taking my knight, then I get the rook. So this pawn move was a mistake. Yep. All right, so now it's time to simplify the game or attack. Let me improve my rook. I want to do e5. Well, it turns out he's the one ready to attack me. He's losing, so he wants to look for a way to get me in trouble. I really want to do e3. I want to get that knight. Now, notice how he has exposed his king. So maybe I'm the one who's going to attack him. Typically, when I give up my Fianchetto bishop, I get a little bit paranoid, but it's not the case now because his queen is on the other side. He doesn't have a dark square bishop himself. So I feel pretty comfortable now, especially since I'm putting pressure on him. All right, so he's protecting the knight. It's a good idea typically to keep this locked. That way no one gets into your territory, but this might be helpful. Well, let me make sure that this works. Well, let me just go here. I want to go check and maybe go to the other side. A good idea is to do king g7 and bring the rook over, but his queen was on that diagonal, so it wasn't a good idea. All right, so let me do it now. Pretty sure he's gonna go something like knight g3. No, he's not gonna do it right now. Okay, fair enough. Now I'm going back and I'm putting pressure on h3, so I'm ready to take there. So I move away with the tempo, and now, ooh, I almost made a mistake. I was going to do rook takes, queen takes, followed by rook h8, just to make my life easier. But it looks like it's not. We're not ready for it. All right, it looks like I'm putting pressure on g5 only, but I'm also getting ready to double up. I have to be, yeah, I was gonna say I have to be careful with f7 because he has a battery there, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, we knew that was gonna happen. All right, let me just get rid of his pieces. He's getting really active. I don't like that. I've lost too many games because I underestimate my opponent. So let's get rid of his good pieces. Yeah. Ooh, this is gonna be easy. Okay, no, not good. All right, so that was it. 1534. And okay, so now we're going to do the Zucker-Tord or the Collie system. So we start with d4. Maybe he doesn't let us. All right, it looks like he's not going to play the game. Okay, yeah, did not. So new 3 minutes. Okay, but white pieces, and we go d4. Then knight f3. Now here, notice how I put the pawn on e3, blocking my bishop, but it doesn't really matter because this bishop is gonna go through the Fianchetto. Typically, this is like the other systems. We just need to know where the pieces go. The bishop goes to d3, my bishop goes in the Fianchetto, my knight goes to d2. Now I'm seeing he's a little bit annoying because he wants to do knight b4. So I could do bishop d3 anytime to get rid of this guy. I could do bishop b5 to pin it, but I want to keep it consistent with our plans. So let me just do bishop d3. That's where the bishop belongs, and I don't really mind if he's traded. All right, my knight goes to d2, and my last minor piece is going to b2. This is the setup. If you know the setup, you should be fine. Okay, now these little things, we have to take care of them. This is just regular chess. Castle. I don't like this either. All right, he moved away. I'm trying really hard not to deviate. Now the queen goes to e2. Typically, then you want to break on e4. You could also break on c4. I'm just a little bit tempted to do g4, bishop g6, bishop takes, and put pressure on that pawn. Can I do that? So keep it consistent, or can I do that? You know what? Let me just do this move. Let me break on e4. All right, so what is this? Are you telling me you don't want to castle to that side? What are you trying to tell me? So let me see. If I do not f6 and he castles to the other side, I'm opening a line for him to attack my own king. I don't think that's what I want. Let me just go. No, queen c2 doesn't work. So rook e1. Let me just put my pieces where they belong. Yes. So he knew he was going to castle there, so he's not concerned. Okay, time to attack then. Let's do it. Now, okay, so he's trying to put on a. Yep. All right, this doesn't look. If he takes. You know what? Let me just go back here. Let me block that bishop's attack with the knight. Okay, we have 44 seconds. We have to speed this up. All right, he took me. I have to take, and he was successful at opening my king and taking my pawn. Not looking good. Not looking good. Okay, I have to protect. There's no other way around it. 33 seconds. He has 2 minutes. This is not looking good. But let's see. All right, so we're gonna take you, and then we're gonna take you. All right, I'm threatening checkmate. So the only hope I have to win this game is to go after that king and create something. Wait a minute, I'm actually tied. I just need to not get in trouble. Okay, this check could come handy now or after. So queen a8. Okay, do we get him? Okay, we have to do it. Check. Check. There has to be checkmate somewhere here. Somewhere. Okay, check. 15 seconds. There has to be checkmate here. Am I missing something? Check. Too many pieces working together. Check. We got the queen at least. Check. What am I doing? That was not good. Okay, it's all about checks right now. So we get the rook. Okay, so I think we have enough time to make this work. We got him in trouble, guys. Just have to play fast. I think I had him. Okay, that's a check. How do I get this guy in trouble? What do I do here? Okay, I think I found a way. I think I found a plan. He's almost in Sux 1. Oh, he's checkmated. He's checkmated. He must be checkmated. Come on. Yeah, he's gonna put me in check. Okay, rook h7 looks like checkmate. I only have 4 seconds. I cannot hesitate here. He's gonna do rook g2 to make me waste time. Yeah. Stalemate. Oh man, that's just, I can't believe this. I knew he was gonna rook g2. What could I have done? That was a nice resource. Yeah, we have to give him credit. All right, the next one. That was okay. Zuckertort quality system. It didn't work out. Okay, or Pirc. That was a nice game. Right. So, okay, now this looks more like a classical Pirc. Let me just castle. And now we have two plans here, pawn to c6 or bishop to g4. So let's do bishop g4. I know that by taking on f3 we're keeping, oh come on, another castle into the other side. We need to make this work. All right, let's go after this guy. Okay, fair enough. Let's take. He gave us a pawn. Okay, he's now have to be careful with the discovered check. Um, mm, 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 mm. Well, let's get that bishop. We're winning anyways by a pawn, and that bishop could be annoying. We get out of the way. Probably we go to c6 next. I don't like to block this rook for too long. What else? Let's see. Yep. Now he cannot do g4 because I'm hitting the rook, and that's what he needs in order to create some attack here. Oh, he didn't hear me. He didn't hear me. I said it. All right, so now I don't even want to take this pawn. I'm going to go back to safety. I'm already winning by a lot. If I take that pawn, my queen's out of the game and he could get me in trouble. Now, let's just simplify the rooks. Ooh, he's helping me out a lot. Okay, he's happy to trade those pawns. Now let's do this check. Okay, bringing more pieces to put more pressure. Now, I'm threatening to take on e3, queen takes, and then checkmate on d1. He knows it. Okay, so, oh, okay, like, oh man, I think. Right, let's do b6 just to see where you're gonna go. All right, so he gave up in 3 minutes. And okay, let's do another sucre tort just to make it work. Let's get it right this time. Okay, my fianchetto is going to go to b2. My knight goes to d2. So this is where you want your pieces typically in the sucre tort. So okay, so now queen goes to e2, and then there are two plans. Like I said, you could do pawn to c4, or you could use this plan, which is the one I like the most. Knight goes to e5. He took me, that's fine. But now I gain more space on the queen side, on the king side. I'm sorry. And we have ideas to use this bishop along with the queen, along with the rook, to unleash an attack. So I'm going to bring the rook over, rook lift, rook roll over. He could do it discovered, but I don't think it's going to help him much. All right, so he's happy to. And now I think this is a tactic that is very common in the sucre tort. So let's see if it works. Okay, so he took, then rook h3. I guess he's not afraid. And then we have this powerful battery on the h file. So what's he going to do? Okay, so he's happy to do h6. I mean f6. So let me see. Take, take. I cannot allow him to bring pieces into the attack. I mean into the defense. So check. Check. He go to f7. Then rook g. Check, check. I have to have something here. That's for sure. Well, what if we bring the other rook? I think I have enough time to get him in trouble. He just wants my bishop or knight. Take, check, check. He could take it. He's going for my pieces on the queen side. I'm going for his king on the king side. All right, now, okay, check, check. All right, now I'm threatening checkmate, so he cannot go to f7. That was my only concern. Yeah, he didn't see it. Mate. All right, he was too focused on capturing pieces. Okay, Pirc again. Okay, bishop g7. Okay, so bishop g4. This time he didn't castle to the opposite side. Okay, so we're gonna take on d4 if he lets us. So all of this continuation, these few moves are pretty much forced. And we're going to do now one of my favorite plans here, and this is the reason why I played this line. See, so we remove the knights just to do f5. Let me make sure that this works. Yeah, it works. Okay, in between move, let me get that bishop. And now we take here. All right, so we got to a very similar position, knight and bishop, queen and rook, but I think I will be able to get him in trouble. Let me make sure that it works. I don't want to take on b2 because he could easily go rook b1 and take me on b7, but I think I have okay, queen h4, he could do bishop g5. Okay, I'm calculating queen h4, I'm calculating knight takes, bishop, queen takes, and then I pin it. But I think he has enough time to get out. I'm thinking queen e7. Right, let's go queen h4. And the idea with queen h4 is I'm already thinking of if he moves the knight, I could do knight takes bishop followed by pin. He moved the bishop, yeah, that's what he should have done. He did it. Ooh, this is what I didn't see. g4 is coming. Okay, so is this gonna help us at all? Let's do this check. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes queen takes bishop, but he didn't. Okay, I have no checks. Okay, check. Don't go to h1. If he goes to h1, then we get the knight followed by a fork. All right, so what does this mean? Do I have to go check again? Do I have anything better? Let's go here, g4. No, let's do a check again. Okay, now he fell for it. It's a simple combination, but it allows us to get material. All right, so he accepted. Okay, I'm winning. He shouldn't be simplifying the game, but he is. Free bishop, where am I going? All right, next one. And okay, what do we have this time? Okay, this will be the Vienna. Okay. Okay, when I see this, I know that he's trying to do f5 as well. So that's okay. I'm going to do h3, and then I'm going to do f4. Yep, he did it. All right, let's see what we get here. He took. I'm going to take with with the knight. It's what I typically do, but he could do d5 afterwards. That's okay. Let's do it. Yeah, I knew that was coming. All right, let's do it. Check. I see a checkmate in 2 moves. Checkmate in 2 moves, guys. Pause the video if you want. See if you can find it. Let me double check. No, it doesn't work. No. False, false. Oh, no, wait. No, it doesn't work. I was thinking of knight g6, pawn takes, and then g5. Queen g5 checkmate because the bishop is here. But since the pawn takes, then he's protecting h5. I'm also thinking knight g6, followed by rook f8, but it doesn't work. Okay, maybe we could make it work. Let's go. Yep. That's okay. At least all of our pieces are developed, they're in good position. This knight f6 could be a little bit annoying. Yes. That was expected. And man, I had a checkmate in 2 move combination. Almost. I almost had it, but it didn't work. Alright, fair enough. We're winning by a pawn. Take. No. I have to protect that. Maybe we go... Okay. I have to keep an eye on this bishop because he's attacking it with the knight and the queen. Is it me or he's getting some counterplay here? Got my pawn. Yeah, he's trying to be annoying. Right, if I'm feeling attacked, I'm feeling like my king is in trouble, I want to simplify the game, especially if I could get rid of the queens. So, okay, so he's telling me he wants to take on c2. That's okay. That's okay. Well, take on c7. I'm hitting his rook, so I'm not concerned if he goes to c2. Yeah, I knew that was happening. Now we have this fork. Right. So we're still winning by a pawn. I'm happy to play this endgame anytime. Okay, so there's no discover check on his end. Maybe it's time to just... Let me just go here. Okay, so that means he's not interested. So this is my extra pawn. It's a pass pawn, so let's push him. Okay, so he's going to leave the bishop there. That's okay. What's he trying to do? h4. Okay, let's push. Okay, we gotta play fast. Ooh. Not good, not good. Okay, my king is more active. so I should be able to win this, but let's see, 14 seconds. If it comes down to tempos, I have a lot of pawns there to do tempos, but I have to calculate quickly. Okay, yep, so one pawn that blocks two pawns, I think I got this. Let's pre-move, gotta get this done quick. Ooh. Alright, he wanted to do stalemate again. And checkmate. Alright. New 3 minutes. Okay, this time we have to do the bird. Okay, let me do that. I like to do the Fianchetto before I do e3 because of this move. If I had done e3 first, he was going to get on the diagonal before I do. Okay. It just cannot be good. Just for the sake of bothering him. This bishop almost never goes to c4, but well, that's why he never goes to c4. Okay, let me just castle. Okay, he blundered the pawn. And now this knight is just too powerful. And yep. Now if he takes, he's pinned, so we get he didn't see it. I think he could have done queen g7, hitting my rook, but I'm glad he didn't see it. This guy is playing too fast. What do I want to do? Oh wait, I have to be careful. This check is coming. Well, I think I could just get out of it. What is he thinking? Okay, let's see. Well, check. That pawn is pinned. Ooh, check. Yeah, now he keeps opening lines towards his king. He just cannot be good. Oh, no. I wanted to do. It definitely doesn't work. Okay, do I have any checks? There's no checks apparently. No, I don't like my queen so far from the battlefield, so we need to bring that queen into the game, but how? Check. He needs to take with the knight. Okay, now this is a different story. Regardless of this move, if I go rook takes, if king takes, I pin it, and even though two rooks are better than the queen, I mean, I'm gonna get with a very easy endgame. But what if he takes with the knight? Well, I could take here, check. He moves back. Rook f5. Let's do it. Because this knight is defending c6. So it's all about getting that king. I'm still winning material. That king continues to be attacked. So this might be the best way to continue. Alright, so I'm pinning that knight. Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, I don't see any checkmates on his end. He could put me in check. I move out of the way. What am I missing? No, I'm not missing anything. Now I'm attacking the rook. I'm threatening to go to e5 check and then rook g1. Yeah, so let's do a check. And then, actually, let me bring the knight over. This knight is pinned. This queen has no checks. He has to be careful with this smaller mate. No, he's not going to be careful with it. Well, let's do this move. Okay. He's interested in those pawns. Now, this is going to be a very easy endgame. I probably don't get checkmate because I think he's going to do something like this. Oh no, I messed up. Did I mess up? Let's see. I eliminate the defender. I could take this queen for free. If he takes me, I do in between check. I take, and I'm in the square of the pawn. I got checkmated, boys. No, I didn't get check. So now when I block, he's gonna be in check. It's a discovery check. Can't believe it. I can't believe it. This is a very interesting position. Very interesting position. Yeah, he needs to move the king, and I take, or queen f6, and I take the queen. Okay, so now I'm not in time pressure. I'm not the one in time pressure only, so he's also running out of time. Yeah, I think he's just going to give up. All right, interesting game, interesting game. Near 3 minutes. Okay, we got 20 more points. I mean, 28 more points to go. Actually, 31, because I wanted to get to 1603. Right, let me this time use this plan. And I'm glad I did, because it looks like it's going to castle to this side. So, 7, e5. Okay, now I think I got this for free, right? As a fork. I know it's not defended, but I could pin it afterwards. Yep, it's pinned. And now it's just a matter of putting more pressure on it if it gets defended. Ooh. In between move, check, and then I collect. I think what he had in mind was I would take here first, then he goes check, protecting the bishop. So I'm winning. His king's in the center. Okay, so defend and attack. Okay, and I'm saying this because now I'm happy to trade queens. I could keep my queen to attack the king, but I think it's going to be a very easy position without the queens on the board, since I'm up a bishop. So I want to go here now to trade. Now his knight's still pinned. I could take it any time, but now I'm setting up a discovered check. All right, fair enough. Check. I want to do check and then knight f3. Let's see. It looks like I'm attacking this pawn, but yeah, I see he's going to protect the pawn, but now we have check. And now this checkmate or rook here will be checkmate. Well, let me bring this pawn. Queen, rook g2, and then checkmate. I don't think there's much you could do. could have also done 92, 94, 92 checkmate. But I think this one he cannot stop. Alright, so next one. Oh, another Pirc. No, this is not going to be a Pirc. Well, let's do d6 anyways, but this is going to be a king's Indian defense since it did d4. No, it's going to transpose into the Pirc. Queen d2. Oh, this is an aggressive guy. Alright, Mr. Aggressive. c6. Whenever I see these aggressive plans against my setup, I just do c6. Queen a5. Pinning you. He doesn't like to be pinned. Okay, knight d7. I'm just not compromising to castle to this side. See how this attack is paused for the moment? Okay, so let me just go back to c7. If my queen ever goes a to a5 and she gets attacked, c7 is the best setup. This knight could never bother her, so this is what we want to do. All right. Oh, come on, that was a mouse slip, guys. I meant to go to e5. It happens. It happens. Right. I have to do this. Now, I'm not concerned about this attack that he's doing because I'm not planning to castle to this side anyways. Maybe I do, but think, oh, you see, I'm definitely not castling there now. Okay, this is not looking good. I'm defending. I don't like to be defensive all the time. So what is he going to do to put more pressure on g6? Okay, he's going to bring the queen. Now a5, I'm trying to take. Oh, I'm going to take. Alright, ugly bishop on h5, I know, but he cannot be trapped. He's putting pressure on f3 and he's defending. Now, it turns out that I think I'm going to have to castle to the king side. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe not. Uh-oh, those knights are going to get heavy. Let's see. Let's see. So all of this attack he did on this side is pointless because my king went to the other side. But turns out his knights are on the other side, so I have to be very careful here. I'm winning by a pawn, not much, but enough for me. 95. Why? I'm trying to liquidate pieces. The less pieces he has, the harder it is for him to attack my king. But also, I'm putting pressure on f3 now that he moved. And see, my ugly bishop on h5 is not that bad now because he's also defending g6. Which is... Okay, wait. This just got interesting. Hitting the knight, hitting f3. Oh, not anymore. He saw it. Okay, we keep putting pressure on f3. Is it safe? Any checks? No. So it looks like it's safe. I could have taken on a2, I have to say, now that I look at it. But let's see. Yeah, he doesn't want me to. Well, what if we do this move now? Bishop f3. He takes my queen. I take his queen. He doesn't have any checks to get out of trouble, so let's do it. Alright, so let's see. I'm still winning now by 2 pawns, even though he could take this one. Alright. I need to get out of... Well, it is what it... Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. He cannot take with this rook, because I'm doing checkmate down here. I'm also doing bishop f3. This is actually pretty uncomfortable. Now there's no doubt the pair of bishops should be better than bishop and knight, especially in a position like this, but there are many factors here. That knight, can he get me in any kind of trouble? I guess he could. Yeah, I think he's trying to just remove the bishop to go here and do a very nasty fork. But I think I might be able to take care of that. Ooh, man. What are you trying to do? Are you happy with that? Free rook? Well, maybe he didn't see the rook hanging. Okay, fair enough. Now he's playing fast. Oh, I would have gone for the rook. Come on. Okay, checkmate, checkmate. I didn't take the rook. I can't believe this. Alright, checkmate. New 3 minutes. Almost there. Okay, what do we have to play now? Oh, Sucre Tour maybe? Yeah. Kali system. Let's do it. Okay, knight f3. Okay, even though he did that bishop g4, he took, I'm going to try not to deviate from where my pieces go. I'm going to do my Fianchetto, my knight on d2. Come on, man. He's not letting me. He really wants to... I'm going to take here. Then we go back. Okay, okay. So, okay, let's keep it consistent, just for the sake of keeping it consistent. No, knight d2 first. This knight belongs on d2, no matter what. And I'm protecting e4 now. Okay, my Fianchetto. Is he gonna let me do it? Yes, he let me do it. Now we castle. Does he have... I have to be careful with this bishop h2 sacrifice. Take, take, take. Yeah, let me go here. Let me go here just in case. Alright, so finally I castled. Okay. Let me try doing this. It's a direct threat on g7. How is he going to deal with that? That's how he's going to deal with that. Okay. c4. This pawn is pinned. I have a battery putting pressure on d6. Okay. Let's take. If you take with the pawn, isolated pawn right there. And let's go to the open file. Okay, now this is looking good. Other rook goes over here, putting pressure on the isolated pawn. We control the open file. And I think it's time to get that isolated pawn. Let me see. Yep. Now this is going to be a very easy endgame. The isolated pawn fell, and we have a pawn. His pawn structure is really bad. Do we help him? Do we help him fix it, or no? If we take, he takes with the pawn. He fixes his pawn structure, but then we get to the 7th rank. Let me get to the 7th rank. Now, if we get into an end game like king and pawns or minor pieces, and even at this point, no, it's better than a map a pawn, but it's even better for me since he has his pawn structure destroyed. So let me just bring the king to the center. I made a mistake there. Should have taken, and then mistake. Take on a7. Yeah, those checks are not gonna get him anything. I think. Maybe they do. Okay, I cannot block with the knights because he goes bishop c3, rook d7, he takes on a2, and that's not good. So is he gonna take here? Oh no, let's go here. Check. What's going on, man? All right, let's do this. Let's trust our pawn structure. Yeah, that was known. Now you're gonna take on a2. Now I'm still counting on my pawn structure on the king side to be better than his, and I'm still up a pawn, but I have to be very, very careful. Okay, now my pawn shouldn't be on dark squares as his bishop, but this is an emergency. Let's see. I see what you're trying to do, man. He's trying to take. I cannot take too long. Okay, so that's gonna happen. Let's do it. Okay, time for me to get away from the pin. He wants to put me in checkmate. I mean, he wants to win on time. That's what he wants. But it might backfire. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Take it. 8 seconds. Okay, good. Yeah, not good. 2 seconds. Yeah, we lost on time. We lost this one on time. Yeah, we ran out of time. All right. He deserves it. He deserves it. All right, so that was Sucrator. It turns out that Sucrator is not being nice to me. Not being that nice. Okay, so I'm gonna continue with our Vienna. Maybe he goes 1 to e5. He didn't. Oh, let's do our Fianchetto anyways. This one is pretty easy. I would say it's the one of the smoothest setups. All right, man. Let's see. Okay, pre-moved, and he made me a little bit uncomfortable. All right. So what are we learning? Well, we're learning that these guys, this is a 1600. They don't really believe in my system, so I have to make them believe. All right, so my knight is good here. What can I do? We have to be careful here. We have to be careful here. Takes. No. I wanted to go to f3, but that knight d4 could be a little bit annoying. You know what? Let me just do 93. Trying to go to c7. G7. He castled to the queen side. Okay, so he's defending well. Um, hmm. Okay, so queen b3. So basically, this c3 was not only to let my queen get out, but also to keep this knight away from squares like d4. Now I'm threatening to do knight b6 and get the queen. That queen is hanging, so a discovered attack on the queen is already in the air. So let's see what he's going to do. Well, he fell for it, and we get that queen. Hanging pieces, hanging pieces. Alright, so that brings us to 1590. If I win the next two games, then I think I already get to my goal. Okay, so he wants to take on b7. Alright, that was easy. And next. Alright, so we have 1598. Or another English. Alright, this is the same guy now. Now, notice how I'm playing this a little bit different. He's playing the English. So I'm not even going to do bishop g4. Well, let me see if I can play it like the Vienna with colors reversed. Well, let's do this. F5. See? So it's a little bit hard to see, but this is exactly what we do in the Vienna. Okay, fair enough. F4 seems tempting. Seems tempting, but I don't know if I should. No, it's not safe. All right, let's do bishop e6. Queen b3 might be happening. No, he doesn't want to. I don't really like this move, but oh, he was expecting it. Let's do f4, just for the sake of getting to that king. All right. All right. This is not good. This cannot be good. Let's do it. Now, I typically do this pawn storm when the center is locked, but it's not locked. That's why I'm a little bit hesitant. Now, he let me do pawn f3. Now, I just need my queen to get to h3, and that's checkmate. Is it gonna be that easy? I don't think so, but oof, I almost made a mistake. I was thinking of doing queen f5, queen h3, or even queen g6, queen h5, queen h3, but this would be a very uncomfortable pin. He put me in check first. Well, now I could go e6. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Queen e6, queen h3, and mate. Alright, you're gonna play it this way. Okay, this is how you're gonna play it. Now there's another mate idea, which is sacrifice the queen and then the rook comes and does check. Can I do it? I don't think so. I don't think so, my friend. Or can I? Right, let's do this move. Now we just need to bring a rook over. the best way to do it. This rook, this rook. Let's do it. There's no other way. I think he's gonna walk right into it. Alright, if he takes a knight, he's done. Yeah, he's done. Check, and there's nothing he could do, is forced, and then checkmate. Alright, I think we finished with a nice one. Alright guys, so we started with 1503 and we're done with 1606. So I'll see you next class. I'm gonna see if I bring more openings that include the Fianchetto idea. But for now, I'm going to leave it here and I'll see you next time.